All right, so I had someone ask me if I could build an Esper control deck that was able to leverage Oath of Teferi a little bit. So we've got here just like good Esper Planeswalkers. We've got good interaction and Thought Erasure and Oath of Kaya. Oath of Teferi most notably blinks something when it comes into play as well. So this card's able to like reset a Narset after she's down tick twice. She's able to give us another Oath of Kaya trigger, which is nice. It's able to blink things like Bell-Haunt post board, which is nice. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games. We got an Elderspell in the main deck for some surprise faster Planeswalker ults, which can be powerful. Slacker, thanks for the 14-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, the average card quality here, like if you look at the individual cards that we're playing, most of them are just like constructed playable cards. So like we have some reasonable synergies with Oath of Teferi, but our cards on their own are just individually good, which is generally a spot you want to be when you're playing with a deck. So like, when our synergies come together, we're doing something that's really strong, and when our synergies don't come together, our cards individually still hold up on their own. This deck does have a lot of foils in it, you're not wrong. Sounds great. Basic Mountain. I'm gonna bottom that for now. I think I want a cheap removal spell. Thunderkin Awakener. Interesting. Huh? Really hope they miss on a land for the turn, huh? Yeah, I'd assume they're a Cavaclade deck. Confirmed.
This is... You cannot see your folly.
Which figure? And this miss, just like Teferi onto an empty board. We could lose from here, but it's pretty unlikely. I guess if they hit the land next turn, they get to Chandra attack Teferi for 4. And I don't really have anything else going in my hand to beat a Chandra at the moment.
Keep up the pace.
Hey, thanks for the 9 months cooldown, Max. I appreciate that. Welcome. Brutal.
I have just the trick for this.
Can't really complain about being too unlucky there. Well, I mean, we could, of course, but opponent pretty unfortunate themselves this game.
No time for a break.
No time for a break. Wow, 6 lands in a row. Yikes. I am super ready for a rotation in the fall. Yeah, it's been for like 2 weeks now, Jen. Been swapping it around to match whatever deck we're playing on a given day.
That didn't pan out.
Just gonna let this hit my Planeswalker, I think. Especially because I have a backup and he's pretty far from ulting anyways.
Time for plan.
Probably Oath of Kaya this one. I guess Oath lets me kill Chandra. Maybe I just Kaya's Wrath here since I have 2 of them. That's probably the plan. Yep.
It's better than
So this Chandra thinks it can kill Teferi, so you want to Disfigure to keep him alive. Yeah, it's super, super clean, Jin. It's also written using PY side and Python 2, so it's real old.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Alright, so if I play this, I can plus it. This is going to untap 2 lands, and then I can Kaya's Wrath and Thought Erasure next turn. Mega old. I don't know if PY side has Python 3 bindings. It probably does. Python 3 is pretty old at this point too. Huh? I think I'm actually taking a Chandra here. Oh, God bless America. I thought I had a stop on their main phase, but apparently not. Apparently not.
Another move.
Whoopsie. That's fine. It's really not a big deal.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Yeah, I could ult a Tef here, but that's like way less fun than playing an Oath of Teferi out.
Let's skip to the good part. Here we go.
Hey, I'm meditating here.
Yeah, so like part of the reason why the stops don't toggle permanently, as someone who's like watched a lot of content creators play Magic Online for a long time, there are a lot of people who literally just put every stop possible on in their client, which is like not ideal. I like that they're still playing Magic though. Real college try here.
Want me to phase you out of... Hey, that was uncalled for.
How did Modern go this morning? We played an incredible dumpster fire that was a blue-red combo deck that didn't last very long, and then we had a really good set with blue-red Phoenix. Because playing good decks in Modern is fun. All right, Impulse.
Meditate and prepare.
Impulse.
Thoughtfulness before action.
Plus Teferi.
Don't worry, I got this.
Minus Teferi. Play big Teferi. Elderspell. These 3.
Really should have seen that.
Still have much to learn.
Ultimate Teferi.
With each turn of the clock, your reality...
Plus 1 my Teferi.
That thought. This is hardly my worst defeat.
Play baby Teferi.
I can no longer
Bounce. Bounce this one.
I've done the hero thing.
No, come back, friend. Come back. I hadn't exiled all your lands yet. It's rude. They didn't even let me exile all their lands, chat. I was having fun. Do you think they weren't having fun? Why wouldn't they be having fun? I don't understand. Why wouldn't they have been having fun? Is it good for you? It's good for me, opponent. Alright, this deck goes against everything the countdown timer stands for. The countdown timer is just for this card. For reference, I don't think there's anything wrong with Hero of Dominaria. I think just having a powerful 5-drop is like more than fine. This card's offensive because it fundamentally changes how Magic is played. It takes away the sweet parts. What do I want to cut here? I probably want to trim some of my top end, huh? You need to cut 3 cards. Spider, thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate the continued support. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Yeah, I agree, Panza. It's a great way to put it. There's a lot of Planeswalkers very similar to Hero Dominaria. He's just the best of them. Whoa! Audio freakout. Small indie company. That bad control player. Thank you for the 14-month support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. It's pretty okay here. Get to go Thought Erasure into like 3-mana thing. Could also theoretically play Tyrant Scorn, but probably wanted just Erasure here, I think. Get that in while the getting is good. Alright, what are you working with? Fry me a river, baby. Am I gonna keep this? I feel like I want to source a card advantage, and like we probably can live to get there with how slow their draw is. Superloo, thank you for the 4-month support. I appreciate the third of a year. Welcome back. Yeah, the fact that Big Teferi can tuck himself in to, like, exile all their stuff is, like, real bad. I agree that that part of him is not ideal. All right, so do I mortify this or do I mortify this? I think I'm more on board to kill this. So this is doing 2 per turn. This is also doing 2 per turn. Let's wait and see what they do. I guess I have more ways to kill this than I do this. Yeah, it is Unknown Void. And decks like this one we're playing, they became a lot less popular with War. Hey, Graystar, thank you for the 10-month support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Check out as well. Swish. Swish. Nothing but net. Nothing but net. I would love a land that doesn't hurt me next turn. I'll go field and we'll start pumping out 2/2s. Now we're definitely behind here. We're going to 6. They've got 3 things in play. I'm gonna start cranking out 2/2s, but we're at that point where like we're stabilizing within the margin of getting burned out. The fabric of the multiverse obeys me. Stealth Hobo, thank you for the 8 months support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I would like to block. Please let me click. Change your webcam borders here, but it can't fry you. Solid advice. No, we're stabilizing at 5, Jin. We gain 2 from this Kaya's Wrath. Yeah, I mean, it's usually not relevant, right? And, like, we're ahead from here, but our opponent definitely has outs, right? Like, they're an experimental Frenzy deck. Although I guess we get to kill Frenzy the turn after, huh? It's usually just flavor text. That's a great way to put it.
Secrets manifest before you.
I guess this isn't very good because they have the fries. Yeah, I probably should have just left the 2/2 because they have 2 fries in their hand.
Stand by and watch.
I was just excited to do a thing. Yeah, I think that was wrong.
We'll tell. No time for a break.
Is very, very aggressive. I think it was just wrong considering they had fries. If I didn't have 2 fries looking at me face up, I think it would be pretty right, but there are 2 fries looking at me face up.
Your past is unwritten.
Am I dead yet? Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. Do. Life gain is cheating. Yep. Life gain is cheating.
Fabric of the multiverse awaits me. Truth lies beyond vision.
Yeah, I agree, Jin. The life gain on him is super relevant. Dunk dunk. How are you doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you enjoy constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks every day, and we change decks every 60 minutes to 2 hours, so you get a lot of variety in the stream every day. As always, love to give a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I also like to plug a couple of my sponsors here really quick. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to Midwest to play in one of their standard, modern, or legacy tournaments, be sure to check out their streaming coverage as well at twitch.tv/NRG series. Zenos, thank you for the 7 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. BCW Supplies are the only ones I trust to protect my paper TCG cards using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Cardshare.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your cards into other cards or to other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. And, of course...
Don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
Alright, let's head back on into our next match here at the Esper Open Deck. Gen Con was great. I'm going to make a command for some of my favorites from Gen Con this year. Look at that. Commands are fundable. Hopefully our opponent's playing something mid-rangey. I think I'm in for that. It gives me an untapped land on 3. Seems ideal. How many board games did I come back with after this weekend? A lot. So the New York Slice game that I played, they had their national championship at Gen Con, which there were like 16 people that played in it. But I am now the New York Slice national champion, which came with a $250 gift card to their booth. So we came home with $250 worth of stuff from their booth. It was free, you know.
I'll protect you.
So I'm gonna Oath of Kaya this time, Raveler. And then next turn I can plus this, play this, plus this, untap my lands, Thought Erasure them. It is also an excellent picture. If you didn't see my picture of it came with an apron and a trophy. It's great. It's truly wonderful. All right, so they oath to kill my Teferi. Huh. I think I want to do this plus it draw step erasure them.
You show remorse. I'll. This might be a bad idea.
That's a handful of cards. I'm gonna take their Thought Erasure. It might be right to take Dreadhorde there. It might be right to take Dreadhorde there.
Let's skip to the good part. I've got time.
Someone asked for a link to that picture. If you go on my Twitter and click media, it should be pretty close to the top on the media page. This Dreadhorde isn't immediately
We
scary.
need to move quickly. That's more like it.
Alright, so I think we play Search of Azcanta. Search for Azcanta as a way to bait removal, or bait the Mortify, so that way we can stick the Oath of Teferi and go to town with that. I think you need to add the New York Slice National Champion to your stream title to bring in more viewers. I am a master at strategy games, obviously. Obs. Wow, we're just leaving me with the Azcanta deal.
Hurry.
Hurry. Yeah, it's a shiny Latios too. Twas a solid weekend overall. Guess it doesn't really matter here. Both your hand and deck are like, oops, all Teferis, yeah, basically.
I've got it.
Get my scry value here on Oath of Teferi. Yeah, Narset can stay right there. Man, I didn't even think about Oath being good with the scry lands. It's another thing they're great with. Silly opponent. Showing up to a greed off underprepared. See, we were very skillful and didn't draw a lot of our cards that were bad in the matchup. I'm bringing in Unmoored Ego, right? Is that just where we're at in our lives? I feel like we're at the sideboarding and Unmoored Ego in the Esper mirror. I feel like we're at a point in our lives where we're boarding an Unmoored Ego in the Esper mirror. It's not a place that I'm proud to be, chat, but it's where I'm at. I understand that I am not proud in what I'm currently doing, but they're the tools that I have, so. Skiwee! Thank you for the 3 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, the Unmoored Ego command is excellent. Garbage times call for garbage measures. I appreciate it, Squee. Thanks for keeping me around. Johnny boy, thank you for the 20 months of Prime Sport. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Yeah, I think I like this keep. Especially in matchups full of discard spells, like mulliganing low tends to not be a good play. Night Stars, thank you for the 17 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Probably not, Jin. I like keeping this hand because the search means we're more likely to find land 3 if we hit land 2. If I had a Thought Erasure, I'd probably keep. So I think Thought Erasure or Search, one of those two makes it probably fine. Hey, well, Jinja Ninja, thank you for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Hope your Monday is going swell. We'll take one more shot here. I think if we hit on 2, we're probably okay. I guess they mulligan to 5. Maybe we can hit on this next one. Yeah, it's a 26 land deck, right? Pretty sure. 26 sounds right. Yeah, I built this one, so it's a 26er. That's all, folks. Did I get an 11-month timeout? Of course, Wolfwood. We aim to please. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, chat. So we've got, is it 10 days? When is... There's a Mythic Championship qualifier on Arena coming up. So it's in 12 days on the 17th. So I have to pick a deck by then. So we're gonna be mixing in a little bit more Yarok Field and Red Black Aristocrats and probably Naya Feather between now and then, figuring out which of those 3 that I want. Right, we had a freebie because they drew a bunch of dead cards game 1. They had a freebie because we missed our second land drop. Maybe we'll have some back and forth this game. This hand is excellent. MCQ is the same weekend as SCG Richmond. That's a tilt pub. Well, the day one you could play at your own pace. So you could play between rounds if you wanted to. As you will. Really? They must have a bunch of counter spells in their hand, huh? To take Teferi there? Or their hand's just rancid, they don't care. Alright, chat. Alright, chat. What does the first ego take? What does the first ego take, chat? Is it Dreadhorde or is it Papa Tef? It might just be Papa Tef, honestly. Name a temple. Would like to take your temples of silence away. So that's not doing anything anytime soon. Yeah, I think I'm naming Hero of Dominaria. They have an Elderspell. Okay, it's a little scary. So they have one Dreadhorde in their hand. That's their only Dreadhorde. Alright, sweet. So they have a Dreadhorde. And they have Liliana Dreadhorde General. They have 2 egos of their own. Yeah, but like, so I'm mostly just worried about the count on this. Because I could Thought Erasure this next search. God, do I take the other ego? Oh, God.
Meditate and prepare.
Yeah, land would be great. Erasure you, ego your Lilianas. Perfect. It's just Liliana Dreadhorde General, right? That was their only other win condition? Right? I'm pretty sure that was their only other win condition. They can bounce Oath of Kaya and kill us that way. Alright, good luck, Godspeed. Hey, what's going on, Morikar? I'm not going anywhere anytime soon again, so thanks for keeping me around. I believe in the opponent, yep. Oh no, chat! My Despark doesn't have any text anymore. Because I took all their things I could Despark. Punted. What a rancid match of Magic. That was truly awful. Just like game 1, they had a bunch of removal and lost because it didn't do anything. Game 2, we missed a land. I was feeling kind of bad about not playing in the MCQ, feeling less bad now. Yup. Yup. Opponent should have diversified their threats more, chat. Opponent needed to diversify their assets. You don't want to get hosed by a bad market shift. The bottom then. I want to give myself the best chance to cast Gaea's Wrath on 4. Land War Elves into Jadelight Ranger. Is this some kind of weird Nexus configuration or a blast from the past? I suppose they could be, playing... What's the word I'm searching for? They could be playing, Command the Dreadhorde. I think I'm just gonna do this to keep the board mostly clear here.
Trust me, you'll thank me later. This might be a bad idea.
So obviously they can kill this and play their Tameo this turn if they have a land, but mostly just want to use my mana for the turn. If they are playing Dreadhorde, this is definitely a matchup where I'm happy to have Unmoored Egos again.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Yeah, it could be a creature-filled Nexus deck, that's definitely true. They named Cavalier of Thorns on the Tameo. My money's on Dreadhorde, I think, since we've seen the Black Lands here in their Sultai.
Seek and find.
Yeah, smells like Teen Spirit here.
I'm not done yet.
Which figure is an incredible draw. It lets me kill this Jadelight, which then next turn lets me Kaya's Wrath, clear the board, Teferi tuck the Tameo, and like just have Teferi on an empty board. Although they did just mill a Dreadhorde. That's probably... Dreadhorde's probably pretty close to unbeatable for us.
I won't let you win.
Yeah, Cavalier puts anything on top. So, like, they're getting Dreadhorde back next turn regardless, which sucks.
Time is much more malleable than people think.
There's still 30 cards in their deck. There aren't that many scary things in their bin, though. So, like, if they command here and, like, put a bunch of creatures into play, I just Kaya's Wrath next turn again and clean it up, right? Like, it's not that big of a deal. No, Cavalier exiles itself when it puts something on top. So they thought about that aspect at least. And they get our 3-mana Teferi. Yeah, I mean, like, what does our 3-mana Teferi do, though? Doesn't really accomplish anything here, right? Yeah, Ashiok's definitely good in this matchup. This will be another place where we boarded on Unmoored Ego. What a time to be alive. Another Unmoored Ego matchup. The one and only Snoop Doge. I took Sultai and Ninja Fairy to my LGS last week and went 2-1. Currently working on adjusting to my local meta, but it's awesome and people are intrigued. God, I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's the key to any format of Magic. Just like having a deck that you really enjoy.
Sorry I'm late.
Well, opponent threaded the needle appropriately here. 1-1. How long until you want mainboard Ego? Soon. Would you say that the more Unmoored Ego is reasonable sideboard card, the worse a format is? Yes, I think that's a reasonable metric. So I actually have this Field of Ruin here, which is gonna let me force a oh, never mind. They get to draw her this turn. I was like, oh, I get to force a shuffle here, so it's not a big deal. But that's actually just not the case.
Time for a break.
Yeah, we've played it on stream before, Div. You can find it on the YouTube channel and the website. So they get to play Tamiyo and pick Dreadhorde back up, and it's just like, here we go again. Like, I only have 2 more Kaya's Wrath, so game 1, this deck probably just can't beat Dreadhorde. Oh gosh, they can instant speed the Dreadhorde too. Yeah, that's true. Well. Do I need to scoop? Why do I need to scoop? They're not at 19 cards in their deck. Do we have a way to win? I have, yeah, I can deck them.
I've got time.
I don't know. I feel like if you're conceding from spots like this, you just shouldn't be playing this deck. I can at least take looks for a Kaya's Wrath here. All right. All right, Unmoored Ego, get in my deck. Here we go again. Here we go again. Should have known again. Do. Go read. Thank you for the half a year's birthday. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. The swings in this format are mighty. They are large and in charge. Yeah, I feel like that's a great way to put it. Cards like Unmoored Ego and like Elderspell being in the format should be like safety valves, but if they're cards that see long-term play and like the format stabilized and they're still cards people want to be playing, they probably shouldn't be involved in what the format looks like once things have stabilized. You can cycle a Veil, sure. As you will. So next turn we can Erasure plus Veto, which is nice.
Keep an open mind.
That's not a bad one. Alright, what do you got? We're still a little bit off in Nissa here. Ooh, candy. You know, I probably should have just grasped on my turn and not given them a chance to draw a Veil. So let's do that. And then I can play Teferi plus Teferi. And then Veto Nissa next turn. There's a non-zero chance the Veto on Nissa is a concession. If they don't give us a Nissa to Veto, we can now Scorn this.
I have reached my limit.
Really? That's the one you kill, huh?
Hurry.
Wow, they only have 2 commands. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. How many Veils do we have? 1, 2... So 3 Veils total? Honestly, I think without Command the Dread Horde in their deck, they're pretty far behind. So, like, we're at 17 and have Teferi and Search on an empty board. They don't have Command the Dread Horde in their deck. Feels pretty over. How do you know they don't use it properly? Historically speaking, it doesn't feel like what Wizards of the Coast and the people making decisions based on the data that they have. From an outsider perspective, looking in, a lot of their decision-making process looks and feels bad. And obviously we don't know that for sure, but we can make educated guesses based on things that have happened from a historical perspective. Maybe I'm supposed to activate this now in case I hit Thought Erasure. I think that's probably, should have done this on my turn in case I hit Thought Erasure. Yikes. Yikes. Pepperidge Farm remembers, chat. Maybe I'm supposed to take that anyways, because I could Ugin shoot this and then still cast Thought Erasure. I think that's what I was supposed to do there, actually. Hey, Pure Punker, thank you for the quarter of your support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
Keep up the pace.
Secrets manifest before you. Oh, you know what? I could have played this, bounced this, and then used Teferi's untapped lands to do this. And then I probably would have been better able to keep this at 8. Yeah, I think that was a mistake on my part. I should have played this, bounced this, and then untapped my lands, and then used the untapped lands to Noxious the Tamiyo. Because I did want to Noxious the Tamiyo, but taking this out of play would give me a better chance to defend my Planeswalkers and ultimate them next turn, which would be ideal, I think. power surges through these lands.
Stop that. Now.
Alright, so we'll lead on Time Raveler next turn and bounce this. And then we'll Ugin, destroy Nissa, Teferi uptick.
Excellent timing.
Like I said, in a normal game where we have an Unmoored Ego'd them, I think my opponent would have a pretty reasonable shot here to like rip a Command the Dreadhorde and like get back into it. But the fact that they no longer have Command the Dreadhorde in their deck means they're pretty far gone. Alright, what am I Unmoored Egoing at this point? Anybody have strong feelings one way or another? Is it just Nissa? Oh, it's probably Hydroid Crisis, actually, right? Crisis drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's probably Crisis, right? Yup. We chose wisely. Have a redraw, because I'm a giver. Oh, did I miss the one in the graveyard? Oh, I totally missed the one in the graveyard. Forgot that was a zone. That's fine. Opponent's had enough. Hydroid Crisis means that I probably want these Narsets in my deck. They're kind of hard to defend, but... Four mana Karn sucks. I'll buy that for $1. The graveyard isn't banned yet. Yup. Can I keep this on the draw? What are our odds to hit a land by turn 2? I have 24 hits. We're 70%. We're 70.5%. Eternal Witness, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, and I mean, like, this hand does it. So, like, the risk to reward is something to calculate too, but also, like, the what happens if you hit your failure point here. Like, if we miss on our 70%er, we don't lose the game with this hand, right? Like, if we miss, we still, like, likely get to play Magic. You've always been a RoboCop fan. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know which of the things I say frequently is a RoboCop reference. Just like, there's just a lot of random pop culture things that we slot in at different points. Tara Anoka, thank you for the 5 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. I'd buy that for $1 is from RoboCop. Really? Okay. Good to know. Alright, so we got them to burn the veil on our removal spell, so we then got to stick this Thought Erasure, so that's sweet. I think we just take this Tameo. Alright, so we're taking 5 down to 12. And then we're on a 2-3 turn clock with the life gain from Noxious. Smart on the opponent's part to put this on one of their basics here, because putting it on their basic means I can't Field of Ruin them off of it. 7. Yeah, I need Wrath and second white are exactly what we need. Alright. Need a buddy land. Maybe we get lucky and they trophy me and I get a plains. Rats. Alright, the fact that they killed Narset here means that shock lands are an out. Thanks, friend. We're gonna get negated. Dead to Nissa. Vomit. Well played by the opponent, holding back around Wrath, knowing that it was the out we needed. You have to draw exactly second Wrath now. Pretty unlikely. Two lethal attackers. Yeah, we're dead no matter how we slice it, right?
No time for a break.
Might as well take a peekaboo here. Alright, give him a chance to make bad attacks, but probably dead. Hey, Miss Bits, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, almost, but not quite. Wow, insult to injury. You will take this 6 damage and you will like every minute of it. If you would have told me that we were going to lose to Command the Dreadhorde with this deck, I wouldn't have been surprised. It's one of those cards that goes firmly over the top of us. So, opponent's deck, those were really good examples of like the two different axes my opponent's deck could attack us on. Like, they have games where they get to run us down, but they also have games with Command the Dreadhorde where they really grind us out. So they get to kind of hit us from both sides. The way this particular deck is built, a Gutterbones deck is probably going to be a bad time for us, because I don't have any cries in my deck. These are pretty typical control deck problems here. Just like, we're playing a specific subset of answers, hoping that our answers line up well into what our opponents are doing, and there's going to be games like this where they just don't line up properly. We'll do plenty of crying against this deck. You're not wrong. Woof. Bleed for mana. Staying at 9 because we take another 3 here. Hey, Navier, thank you for the 1.5 years of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Feels to me like Yarok left the meta. So the one thing I'd always encourage people to stay away from is talking about things like their own anecdotal evidence is like really strong data. In reality, what happens a lot of the time, it's not so much that the meta is shifting, so much as you're just seeing a different small segment of it at any given point. Remember that time we dealt 6 damage to ourselves with our lands? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I feel like this video set's been done a really good example of showing why, like, these Esper controlling decks have kind of fallen off the map. There's some with heroes still that are doing okay, but in general, these non-hero configurations of Esper just leave a bit to be desired because they never have any free wins. So you don't get to run people down with them. Is Ugin too slow? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather cut Oath of Teferi before I'd cut Ugin. Ugin at least guaranteed impacts the board. Although I guess Oath of Teferi is good because it blinks Oath of Kaya a lot of the time. Exactly, killer. I'm gonna keep this. I think I'm bottoming Time Raveler. So, obviously I need some more lands to cast this Hero of Dominaria, but I've got some cheap spells to lead out on. Yeah, I agree, Dallas. Something like Just Skywalkers I think is a good example of what an ideal interactive deck looks like. Same thing with one reason why I like the Yarok Field deck. Alright, I would like to take one. Maybe I'm supposed to leave up Mortify in case they have, like, a devil here, because I can't disfigure a devil. Perfect. You get to curve right out into Poppy Teferi. I'm surprised the stop set quickly. I am surprised that stop setting worked. I think they might have fixed War Boss. Because I feel like if that was me setting a stop, that wouldn't have worked. Oh, whoops.
It's just gonna be bad for you.
Don't make another move.
Yeah, I should have untapped. So like when I paused there on, I technically should have untapped a. I should have untapped a. Oh, what's it called? A white source to bluff, but I didn't have a white spell in my hand that I could cast, so it really didn't matter.
Done yet.
Now here, I want to do this so I can kill this. I am playing a little bit with fire here by not tucking this right away, because if they find a way to kill Teferi this turn, the Chandra then gets to ultimate, which is scary. Like if they hit like a Grasp or a Fry here, I'm probably dead to this ultimate if they hit a Grasp or a Fry. I'll light up the stage. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. I do not have an Elderspell in my deck, unfortunately. Maybe I'm supposed to leave it in, because they probably play Little Chandra, huh? I was thinking they didn't have many Planeswalkers in general, but they probably play Little Chandra.
I'm not ready for this quite yet.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't hit Teferi there makes my Kaya's Wrath a lot better. Although if they have like another Dreadhorde Butcher here, we're actually going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Yep. They have like a 3-mana Chandra here. We're going to be up a creek because they get to kill Teferi. Okay. This is a good example of a position in this game where like Ugin's very good. because he would provide board presence and also a steady flow of cards. Yikes. Yikes. I think we've died.
Let's slow this down. Hurry!
Well, I mean, all things considered, there were worse draws in the deck. How do you keep track of triggers in the stack when playing Naya Feather in paper? By playing lots of Magic and having lots of practice remembering lots of triggers. Oh, I could have shuffled the Chandra. Yeah, that's a good call.
It's only a matter of time.
Fine. If I'm being honest, my wife asked me what I wanted for lunch, and I was responding to a Facebook message. So this being on top was out of mind. So I could try and Narset into a third Wrath. But the problem with that is, then if I Oath this, they kill the Narset with the trigger. I think I'm okay with that. Let's try and hit the Wrath. Hey, Soren, thank you for the 3rd of a year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
That's the trick for this.
Well, I mean, at least we're not drawing lands the next 4 turns, huh? Glass half full. Glass half full. Not drawing lands the next 4 turns.
I must stay focused.
You have a shock? You have a shock. Weird.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
I mean, they're out of cards, but they have a Chandra in play. So yeah, if this was a top deck war, we would be favored, but they're drawing 2 cards per turn, which is very different than a top deck war. All right. All right. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, we're living on a prayer. So, do I Oath to keep this from ulting, or do I just kill Judy? I'm probably just supposed to kill Judy and hope to rip a Planeswalker to kill her next turn. Like, want to rip an Ugin or a Teferi here. I'm through 2 Teferis, though, already. 3 mana Teferi also keeps them from ultimating this because I can Teferi, bounce, Oath their Chandra. So almost any Planeswalker is great here. I'm gonna draw land and die. I definitely could have potentially been better off if I shuffled this. I think we're probably still losing this game regardless, but it is what it is. That's lethal. Judith plus Lightning Strike. They drew 5 lands and the 2 spells are still lethal. Yeah, I feel like that was another, again, really good example of like why that set of games is a good example of why these kind of more fair Esper decks that aren't leaning on hero to generate randomly aggressive draws really fell out of favor in the format. I feel like you have too many of these games where even these matchups where they tend to be good for you because you have good and cheap interaction. You just flood out a little bit too much and then you die. You also have these games where even once you stabilize the board and take over a little bit, the opponent just eventually grinds you out because you just draw too many lands in your deck full of 26 lands. So I think there's a reason non-hero Esper fell out of favor, and this did a good job showing some of